In the glittering world of billionaires, where fortunes are accumulated and power is wielded, there is a cloak of secrecy that surrounds the planet. These titans of business and finance participate in actions that not only influence their own destinies, but also the path of world politics. These activities take place behind closed doors, away from the prying eyes of the general public. We are going to dig into the mysterious world of billionaires and investigate what happens when the spotlight is no longer shining on them. The art of strategy. Billionaires are master strategists, despite the fact that they often present themselves as successful and wealthy. When the attention of the public is diverted away from them, these powerful individuals gather collectively in luxurious boardrooms to carefully plan their subsequent actions. These meetings, taken behind closed doors, serve as the fertile environment for the development of complex strategies that span multiple continents. Whether it's establishing a philanthropic project to mold public opinion, staging a hostile acquisition to grow their economic empire, or executing a political maneuver to preserve their interests, these strategic discussions take place behind the scenes, shielded from the scrutiny of the media. The power of networks. During these secret gatherings, choices are taken that will have far-reaching repercussions. Achieving financial success is simply one aspect of the art of strategy. It also involves exerting influence, molding industries, and leaving an everlasting mark on the international arena. The genuine power play takes place in more private settings behind closed doors, despite the fact that the public may be able to see billionaires at social events and charity galas. The private clubs, lonely islands, and remote retreats that billionaires frequent are places where they establish and strengthen their networks, away from the prying eyes of the general public. The formation of alliances, the establishment of collaborations, and the sharing of insightful information all take place against the backdrop of these restricted places. In the whispered conversations that take place within these settings, the future of industries is frequently determined. The strength of these networks extends beyond the realm of personal connections. It has an impact on international affairs, economic policies, and the fundamental fabric of society. Not only do the locked doors act as a barrier to the outside world, but they also serve as an entrance to the corridors of power, the pursuit of immortality. In addition to the traditional aspirations of riches and power, billionaires have a curiosity with going beyond the boundaries of their own death. They commission research centers that are dedicated to studying life extension technology, invest in cryonics to maintain life beyond death, and aggressively seek the elusive elixir of perpetual youth. All of these activities take place behind closed doors, away from the gaze of the general public. In addition to going beyond the sphere of financial wealth, these covert activities probe into the very core of what it is to be human. Billionaires struggle with the innate impulse to resist mortality itself, striving to leave a legacy that stretches well beyond the constraints of a human lifespan, and these private consultations with scientists and researchers are ways in which they do so. The dark side of philanthropy. In public, billionaires are praised for their charitable contributions, which include the establishment of hospitals, the funding of educational institutions, and the fight against poverty. On the other hand, a more complicated story continues to develop behind closed doors. As billionaires negotiate ethical gray zones through tax havens, offshore accounts, and shadow foundations, the pursuit of good causes frequently intertwines with the manipulation of financial structures. This is because billionaires are able to manipulate financial structures. There is a complex web of financial maneuvers that dance between self-interest and altruism, and this web is hidden beneath the act of being charitable. Behind closed doors, the shadowy side of philanthropy sheds light on the delicate balancing act that billionaires have to do in order to protect their fortune while also having a good impact on the world. The pursuit of knowledge. Billionaires are eager learners within the confines of their own realms, which are closed off to the public. Their insatiable thirst for information goes beyond the scope of normal schooling, as evidenced by their consumption of obscure treatises, attendance at esoteric seminars, and financial support for research that challenges conventional thought. Rare manuscripts are kept in private libraries, and debates that take place behind the scenes delve into cutting-edge subjects such as quantum physics, artificial intelligence, and existential philosophy. The pursuit of knowledge is not merely an academic exercise, rather it is a technique by which billionaires attempt to understand the world, forecast future trends, and keep their innovative edge from slipping away. In addition to contributing to the larger cultural and technological landscape, these private intellectual endeavors also are important: the art of disguise. As a result of their awareness of the public eye, billionaires frequently put on masks, both metaphorical and sometimes real. By concealing themselves behind closed doors, they practice the art of disguise, putting themselves in a state of incognito so that they might experience life as a regular citizen. In order to accomplish this, they must congregate with regular people in dive pubs, investigate street markets, and completely submerge themselves in the pulse of humanity. By disguising themselves as regular people, millionaires are able to get vital insights into the raw emotions, difficulties, and dreams of regular people without being recognized. They are able to make decisions and formulate plans based on these periods of anonymity, which helps them to become more grounded in the reality of the world in which they both impact and are a part. The solitude of creation. When the rest of the world is sleeping, millionaires seek refuge in the tranquility of creation, away from the scrutiny of the public glare. They indulge in artistic activities by withdrawing to private ateliers and studios, where canvases are waiting for them to paint on them. Musical compositions are taking shape, and code is transforming into revolutionary innovations. When one is away from the din of boardrooms and the expectations of the public, this solitude can serve as a fertile ground for the development of creativity, invention, and revolutionization. In addition to making contributions to their economic empires, billionaires are also able to make contributions to the fields of art and technology, leaving an impression on the cultural landscape. The closed doors create a sanctuary for creativity to bloom, allowing billionaires to make meaningful contributions. The weight of responsibility. When they are not in public, billionaires struggle to come to terms with the magnitude of their enormous impact. The effects of their acts on economies, ecosystems, and societies are something that they give some thought to. The responsibility that comes along with their riches and power causes them to wrestle with their conscience, which in turn prompts them to engage in self-reflection and think about the wider repercussions of the choices they make. Philanthropy is one way that some people try to find atonement. They direct their money toward projects that make an effort to solve urgent problems on a worldwide scale. Others struggle with feelings of guilt because they are well aware that the choices they make, whether in the realm of business or philanthropy, have repercussions that are felt over multiple generations. One is able to engage in introspection and ethical debate within the confines of the closed doors. The quest for meaning. A deeper search for purpose is something that billionaires do, going beyond the extravagant displays of luxury that they engage in. They investigate the realms of meditation, mysticism, and ancient wisdom as they are sequestered behind closed doors. When they have hushed conversations with gurus and mystics, they are looking for solutions to existential concerns that go beyond the chase of worldly money and power. Within the luxurious quarters of billionaires, these inquiries concerning the meaning of human life reverberate, highlighting the fact that all humans are on a common search to find meaning and purpose in their lives. The locked doors serve as a channel via which one might engage in self-reflection and the pursuit of transcendence. The vulnerability of isolation. Extreme riches frequently comes with the cost of isolation, despite the fact that it may appear to be a sign of success on the surface. The terrible sense of isolation that comes along with their status is something that billionaires have to deal with behind closed doors. They desire for meaningful ties that go beyond balance sheets and business dealings, and the richness that surrounds them is not enough to fill the emotional gap that they are experiencing, despite their surroundings. During these times of vulnerability, the feeling of solitude becomes palpable. Millionaires struggle with their humanity, coming to terms with the fragility that ties them to the rest of humanity. This takes place behind closed doors. It becomes a significant part of their private lives that they struggle to find genuine connections with other people. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.